This guy's like Greg Maddux with a plastic ball. He beats you with his mind.
He's throwing that two-seamer. It's like he can throw it wherever he wants it, and it's super tough as a hitter to adjust.
What just happened, Rob?
Jordan just had a walk-off. Kid's absolutely unbelievable.
He's a veteran. He's been down here before. He knows what he's doing.
Cannon, Jumpman! Way to fire that cannon!
What if I told you? A kid from New York can cause a tidal wave. That pressure came from a standard, not a crowd. And reaching the top meant looking inside.
Jordan is a fiery guy. He only has one speed, and it's full speed, always 100%, always texting in all caps, always talking in all caps, just high energy 24/7.
The 3-2 to Jordan Robles.
Tournament! Perfect game, Jordan Robles! I've never seen this before!
And I'm a star. Get up and get I work. I make herbs spit up and scream. That's all I've been hearing lately.
And ignited by #1 Jordan Robles.
Most people would say mallards migrate north to south. But this psycho goes everywhere. And as you recognize that Jumpman nickname, you don't know Jordan Robles.
Swing a shot to left field, and that one is
Welcome to VC. So my name is Jordan Robles. I was born in Middletown, New York, and I grew up in Middletown, New York, born and raised.
Sitting here, guess I didn't make bail. Got time and a story to tell.
I was a very shy kid, I'll say. Thankfully, I was involved with athletics. If I was not, I don't know where I would have ended up, but I'll say athletics definitely helped me socially, but very shy and reserved.
This morning, there is growing concern after recent crimes in Middletown involving young people.
Middletown, I'd say, is a very diverse community, and it's a good mix of suburban, but also very urban when you get into the city of Middletown. Our area is a very strong baseball town. The Little League that I played for, Town of Walk Hill, my teams won 3 district titles, a section title. We made the state finals where we lost to Buffalo. Brother George, who's 5 years older than me, I grew up watching his all-star teams win sections and those Pine Bush school baseball teams making the state semifinals. So very strong baseball community, and it definitely helped me and translated for the wiffle ball world. And it was almost like it was meant to happen. I was in the 5th grade. One of my childhood friends, Matt, was like, hey, let's go play in a wiffle ball tournament at our local Little League that we played in every day. So it just made sense. So in the 5th grade, I was exposed to a lawn chair, clean ball, yellow bat, fast pitch wiffle ball tournament. So from the 5th grade, I would go every year annually. I was able to win it as a 10th grader. We won $1,000, me and my friends, and you couldn't tell me nothing. I was hooked, and I just snowballed from there, traveled anywhere I could. Definitely close with my family. They did not understand what I did. My dad was very unhappy with wiffle ball. He did not want me to play wiffle ball. He wanted me to continue to play baseball. I'll say my mom was my biggest supporter from day one. No matter where I wanted to go, what I wanted to do, she was supportive. So thank you, Mom. Everyone out there, be good to your mom. You only get one. very passionate, and we take pride in that. We talk about how we're full of passion over here in the East Coast, but when I first started playing really on that big level, 2010, it was very different than what it is now. It was very separated, and people stayed in their league, and they really didn't deviate or venture outside of that and try and experiment or play new styles or new formats. My senior year of high school, I missed school, went to Bryant Park in New York City. I was able to meet R.A. Dickey, and thankfully there was not many knowledgeable wiffle ball players there.
I'm R.A.
Jordan Robles.
All right, I'll be taking a look at some of your pitches today.
They loved us. We were able to do a little bit of content, and it was a great day.
If we scuff the ball like this up, we get thrown out of the game, obviously.
Yeah.
All right. That was pretty quick.
Think I'm praying a little bit too much.
Thought I'd show them what I can do with a wiffle ball.
Time I get a little
So it was my first experience at the NWA tournament that year, and I mean, I had been aware of MLW from playing in Palisades. Brett Bevilacqua had always talked about you guys and showcased how you guys are kind of doing what he aspired to do, and he knew how much time and effort it took to edit videos and upload it. So when I finally saw you guys, there was this genuine reaction, like, oh my God, I know you, it's Kyle Schultz. It was just cool to be, you know, same venue with you guys and to meet other leagues. Awesome to meet MLW 2019, and then fast forward, you know, everything worked out.
From what I remember in 2022 when we first talked to Jordan about potentially coming into the league and playing for the Mallards, he was genuinely shocked, which I know had surprised Kyle and I because we had assumed that he maybe had some speculation as to why we wanted to talk to him.
So when you guys reached out to me, I believe it was a text or a Twitter DM. In my mind, I had played in the Battle of Boston 2019. I thought you'd have a question about a rule set or a format for a tournament you were running. So zero expectation to be asked what I was asked.
MLW was coming off a great year of 2021 where we had a lot of viewership, a lot of mainstream success, and simultaneously just knowing Jordan from the past couple times, we knew he was traveling all over the country and winning everywhere as well. So he was growing personally as a player, and we were as a brand. So we basically just got on the Zoom call with him and told him that MLW is in a position where we can fly you out each time, we can cover all your travel costs, we can have you in MLW, the Mallards can take you with this #1 pick, Tommy really wants you as well. We want to give you this platform. More people need to know about the crazy things you're doing in the story of Jordan Robles.
The moment you guys asked me, would you like to be a part of it, I instantaneously said yes. I wish there was a recording of that meeting because I needed no time. I instantly said yes. And like every other time I told people anything about wiffle ball, it kind of went in one ear and out the other until I truly got the wave of Instagram, you know, social media presence, people interacting, reaching out. The draft video did so well, so a lot of people cared, a lot of people were involved, and magically people's perspective of what I did changed overnight. So I was thankful for it, you know, but I didn't forget, you know, I didn't forget how people initially were. Chaotic. I'll say off the field in my personal life, very chaotic. My personal life is chaos. It's just who I am, you know. Why is my life chaotic, you may be asking? It's a very vague response for me. If I was to be in a relationship and I'm telling my significant other, hey, I'm gonna go to Los Angeles this weekend, that's a very difficult sell, you know? And again, I understand from their perspective, it's just very unrealistic to have someone that's traveling all over the world and, you know, leaving at the drop of a hat. So here I am, you know, but I'm not lying, despite what people may think.
I just love the style that he was about to bring too, just with the Yankee hat, the long shorts, the Jordans, the tat on the leg, the shades. So unique, so different than what we've had in the past. Above all, it was just himself.
It's definitely something that, like, I'll say I do without even realizing it. It's just how I've always grown up. I've always worn the longer shorts and Palisades. It was like a rite of passage to get that wiffle ball tattoo. Just who I am, you know. When I'm not playing wiffle ball, I'm wearing the long shorts and wearing Jordans as well, so just who I am. just standing there and soaking it all in and truly embracing every opportunity that I had and just trying to enjoy as much of it as I could. It was awesome to be in the Meadows after seeing it on YouTube so many times.
Swing and a missed strike 3, and he's 1-0 in MLW.
I was born for big crowds, big games, big moments, and it was the cherry on top, you know? Like, that's exactly what I wanted to be involved with when I joined MLW.
Swing shot to left field, and that one is gone! Jordan Robles home run over the monster! Sets the fan base off!
To feel that support, it elevates my soul, man. And like, I could run through a brick wall if I see kids with Robles jersey and a Mallards hat. Like, it means the world to me.
MVP! MVP!
Like when you came into this league, did you expect this would happen?
Not a shot, not a shot. I'm so thankful just to be a part of this. The fact that I'm playing well is just a bonus on top of it. I love being here. Mallard Nation came out. I'm happy. I love it. I love the signs, love the noise, love all of it.
Shot! Robles gone! Off the scoreboard in Philadelphia! You just knew he would go yard!
When we went down to Miami, you know, like, my people, my culture, we are very experienced in baseball, softball, whatever it may be. So it definitely means the world to me to see younger kids who look like me, to see someone who looks like them be on a big stage and be succeeding at that, you know, not just being involved, but someone that is having a lot of success and playing well. I definitely want to see the next generation of players. I think Miami is a hotbed. I'd love to see Miami, Southern California, a lot more Robleses, Rodriguezes, Ramirezes involved, because be very talented and be very good if they were to get involved with the game.
The pitch. Robles with 8 Ks. The delivery. Yes, he did! The 12th perfect game ever in MLW history.
When you're representing New York, you know, you got to show out. You don't want to get scraped up by somebody and have to hear it from people.
Get out of here!
Especially coming from a teaching, coaching background, it's very thankless. So to see students walking through the hallways of this school with my jersey, anytime I see a student with that, I tell them, you just earned yourself 100 forever.
Jordan's transition into MLW didn't totally surprise me. I thought it could have gone one of two ways. Either he was going to come in and be better than everyone, including myself, by a mile, or he'd be totally lost out there. But it seemed like he really settled in quickly and kind of showed not only his talent and how he can adapt to different styles of play, but it also was, I think, cool to see how talented guys in MLW were as well and how he matched up against one of the greats in the world.
Gone! Home run, Jimmy North! Let's go! 1-0. Downtown Diamondbacks.
I can say it hasn't left. It absolutely sucked just because of the personal sacrifices that I make just to get to that point, you know. There's a lot that happens behind the scenes with me just to physically be at the Meadows, so to make those sacrifices and not come out on the victorious end, it felt like, why did I do this, you know? I care a lot, obviously, so yeah, it sucked. It absolutely sucked.
Strike 3, he got him! The downtown Diamondbacks are going to Hollywood! Shot, that ball is fair, I believe, hooked around. What a pitch from Blaine Walker! This series is tied! That one is gone to left field! Dan Schultz again! Shot up the middle, the play at second, got him! The Eagles are going to Atlanta! That one! He's gone! Unbelievable! Tie ball game! That one is gone! Landon, your guidance in the 10! Swing and a miss! The Eagles advance to the NLCS.
even outside of wiffle ball, I hate to lose. I love to compete. I hate to lose. It sticks in my soul. But I'd say just very quiet and try to think analytically. Where did I go wrong? How can I improve? If there's someone hit a home run off me, what pitch did I throw? Someone got the game-winning hit, what pitch did I throw in that sequence? You know, like, should I not have thrown too many strikes? That's a common issue that I run into. Like, all these things just racing in my head. Like with my at-bats, if I'm in a 2-1 count and I chased a pitch out of the zone, why did I chase that? You know, like I just replay those things in my head over and over again. I had some success in the regular season, but that's not what people remember. And yeah, you know, I'll call it how it is. We failed. We were not good enough, and we did not do what we set out to do. And heading into 2025, I'd had 3 years where I didn't do what I set out to do. I knew that we had the team to do it, and that's another thing that really hurt is I felt like we were the team that should have won. We were the better team in all 3 years, but we had nothing to show for it. So I just really wanted to be level-headed, positive all 2025. I'm getting old, so I didn't really know how much time I had left. Let's see what happens, man. But PK raking, Brandon Jorgensen just being an all-around sick athlete, Trey Flood hitting bombs on opening day. TC3 engineered a great roster.
Don't try and do too much today, all right? Just keep it simple, execute, let's win some games.
And that one is gone against Jimmy North, his former captain. Swing and a miss, perfect game, Jordan Robles, the second of his career and only the 13th in MLW history.
I felt like the years prior, I made it so much bigger than what it is, and I put so much pressure on myself to be successful and to just want to win so bad that I didn't really get to enjoy or have fun. So 2025, I just wanted to genuinely have fun. Truly changed everything. It was absolutely awesome.
The 3-2 to Jordan Robles. Shot, that ball is gone! Off the net, backflip, crowd's getting hyped in his home state! That one is gone! Robles, home run! The headlights are on! I've never seen this before! A night game at the Meadows! Swing and a miss, he got him, good speed! Let's get out of here! Mallards win the series 2 out of 3. Huge for them in the standings. They're 9-6. That will end this unbelievable night at the Meadows.
I'll do whatever it takes to be victorious, and people can say that. That's a cliche thing to say, but you can visually see what I've done, and I don't just talk about it, I actually do it.
The City of Angels awaits the winner of today's semifinal series. It's the Predators versus Mallards for a trip to the MLW World Series. That one's gone! PK! No doubt grand slam to left! Robles all over the corners and pipe today. Strike 3, good speed! And the Mallards win game 1 and are 1 win away. To center! Gone! Robles! 3-run shot! That one is gone! Preds are not dead yet. 6-4 as we head to the bottom of the 3rd.
So that inning was the House of Horrors. First batter, I believe, was Drew, leads off with a single. There was 2 guys on, nobody out. So they're 1 swing away from winning game 2 and putting us in a must-win game 3 where I've never won. So in my head, I'm fully aware of all of this. I'm thinking, not again, not again.
Ground ball to the left side, Jorgie! Out with the fielder's choice peg! 2 strikes on him. Swing and a miss, he got him! 2 away. It is now Drew Davis. 2 home runs on the day for the kid.
2 guys on, and I know in Drew's head he's not feeling pressure. Drew Davis is supremely confident no matter what his history has been that day or what the moment is. Drew's not a guy you want in a big spot because the moment will not be too big for him.
First and second, 2 outs, 6-4 ball game. Swing and miss, 0-1. Pops. Pops. Drew stays alive.
But I'm just thinking I cannot let this happen again. I've come too far. I put in too much time to let this take place again. And thankfully, I put a drop in the dirt. Drew didn't hit it to the trees. And we made our way to LA. And I could not wait to hear Kyle say the Mallards are going to LA, because I vividly remember in 22 losing to the Diamondbacks and hearing that on the mound. So to right that wrong, it felt truly great.
Travis, the Mallards are going to LA! Jordan Robles, for the first time in his MLW career, advances to the World Series! Come on! Mallards, let's go! Come on, are going back.
Yeah, I mean, I've got my heart ripped out in every round of the playoffs, especially last season, so I did not want to let that happen again. I mean, I come into every playoff prepared, but finally got it done. It's difficult to do, and I'm thankful for my guys, and I'm just thankful, man. Going to Cali, but the job's not done.
You're going coast to coast.
I don't know if you remember this, but I think we went to Culver's after that. Do you remember what type of music we were playing in the car?
A lot of Tupac, a lot of Dr. Dre, Snoop Dogg, going back to Cali, all the LA music. I couldn't wait, man, but just for the 3 years in pain and agony that I had went through, to finally have that success and leave the Meadows without my heart being ripped out of my chest, it was a different experience and awesome. I'll never forget that.
I really did believe that this World Series had all the makings for a World Series classic. You had veterans, you had rookies, you had two teams that hadn't won in a while, big names, big talent. It was about to go down in LA.
I know the Gators are a very skilled and a very dynamic team. You have Jeremy Adams, Sawyer Bean, and Dustin Staggs, who all three could take the ball and have a lot of success.
Fair! The flip! They're going to Cali!
Controlling the controllables and letting talents and abilities shine. Like, I wanted nothing more than to play in front of that awesome crowd and that beautiful field in beautiful LA. So I was just fired up. Thinking about it gets me fired up.
You know, he's going to challenge you to beat him. That's really what it is. He's not someone who's going to walk batters to get to an easier hitter. He's not someone who's going to look to draw a walk in a key situation. He wants to beat you, you know, the way the game is supposed to be played in his eyes, which is with star power. The high-speed corner pitches, with the big swing at the plate, with the home run in the key moment, with the strikeout in the key moment. That's how he wants to beat you.
So this year, while I'll say I felt the most confident, being this is my 4th year, I really adapted and understood the wiffle ball. So as a pitcher, I'm trying to set traps, and it's essentially, I feel like I'm playing a guessing game. I want to figure out what pitch the batter's guessing on. With me, usually it's that two-seamer. That's the pitch that I'm known for. So I'm trying to set traps. I know they want me to throw the two-seamer. That's the pitch they're sitting on. So I want to give them everything but that. I want to throw a drop curve. I want to throw a finger riser that looks like that two-seamer, but it just breaks their brain and moves in the opposite direction.
You can hear the flick on that finger ball.
As a hitter, I'm trying to find tendencies and what is the pitcher's go-to strike pitch. If I'm 2-0 in a count, what pitch will they throw me when they absolutely need to throw a strike? So those are all the things that I'm thinking about. If I was in a 3-2 count, what did they throw me there? You know, things that stick in my head, I'm going to try and use for the future to have some success.
Light-skinned brother with dimples, wearing a black Kango sweatsuit, gold chain, and sneakers. Last seen on Farmers Boulevard heading east. Alias LL Cool J. He's bad.
No rapper can rap quite like I can. I take a muscle-bound man and put his face in the sand. Not the last mafioso, I'm a MC cop. Make it say go LL and do the Y. If you think you can outrun me, yeah boy, I bet.
67 miles per hour.
Trendsetter, I'm better.
Grab
My
ball
rhymes
the
are good.
middle.
I gotta go man great. That says I wish you would. And when battle begin, then I gotta join in. And before my rhyme is over, you know I'ma win. Cool J has a rhyme, so you better make way. Ask anybody in the crowd, they say the kid don't play. Ball game. That's my hobby and job.
Put yourself 2 wins away from winning the World Series is a great feeling. It just sets the tone, and it really relaxes us.
Oh my goodness! God! Dustin Staggs! The Cali Kid in his home state! To left! God! Back to
I knew this was a conversation that I was going to have at some point in this World Series where we'd have to make a change due to the opposing team starting to see Jordan.
Yes. Now, I might sound crazy to say that, but Tommy's the manager. You gotta have faith and you gotta trust your manager.
Going to Jorgensen here is not like something I think that is going to improve our chances of winning Game 3, but I do think it'll help improve our chances of winning the series. And Jordan really bought into that.
And also, it gives them time to not see me, and it changes them when they go from seeing Jorgensen for 3 innings, and they have to go back to facing me.
I'm notorious, I'll crush you like a jelly bean. I'm
That was gone! And the T-Cone is still valid!
But I think if he would have let that get to him mentally, the outcome of games 4 and 5 would not have been the same.
I eliminate punks, cut them up in chunks. You assume you heard me and your ego's drunk. I'm devastating.
Robles,
I'm so good as a
another
shame,
zero
'cause I
on the
rap
board.
like a cannibal, they call me insane. I'm as strong as a
That
bull,
one in the
because you
center
know
of
I
the
fall. I enjoy what I'm doing, plus
I
I'm
got
paid in full.
going.
Not
Solo
fucking with
shot
one
the
time,
goal.
but bust it out
Off of the
anytime.
net.
Say the kind of rhymes that make MCs wish that I die. Never retire.
That was in the
Put my mic
center
on the shelf,
of the
the baddest
ball.
rapper in the history
That
of
one
rap
is in the
itself.
ball.
Not bitter or mad, just proving I'm bad. You wanna hit, give me an hour plus a pen and a
PK rakes. PK is the best. Him hitting 2 home runs, me throwing a shutout in a must-win game. If you don't pick me, I'm gonna show you why you should pick me.
Oreos, eat Cool J cookies.
We're going to Game 5! This series is tied at 2. Robles locks in with a shutout.
In my head, I knew when I won, I was going to throw up that Game 5 because, this is not where the Gators wanted to be. They wanted to take us down in Game 4, and now they're in deep water, so the tides have turned. If you were to win the World Series, right, as a kid, you always put yourself in that imaginary situation. Bases loaded, Game 7, full count. What are you going to do? Are you going to be the hero, or are you going to be the guy that grounds into a double play? But there's no other place I'd rather be, no moment I'd want to be involved with other than a must-win Game 5 World Series on the line in LA with a great crowd, a great opposition standing on the other side of me. What more could you want?
The 2025 season will come down to one final game. Everybody leaving it all out there. Jordan's cramping up. It's been a long day. Two outs, guy on third. That one is on the wall. Preston Cole, RBI single. He's been so clutch in this series.
It's very easy for somebody to run into a ball and hit a solo home run to tie the game. I'm just trying to keep things in perspective. I've been very successful in 13 innings up to this point. With that being said, I knew that the first out was imperative. I will never forget seeing that fly ball up in the Los Angeles night sky and just thinking in my head, 2 hands. 2 hands, I'm not dropping this, 2 hands, like fundamentals. I was able to make that first play, and it got simpler. I could see it right in front of me. I'm 2 outs away, and Jeremy just had a very effective at-bat. Took a lot of close pitches. We worked a 3-2. I'm thinking do or die by my 2-seam, man. and I missed the strike zone. I threw a low two-seam right down the middle, but low. Thank God he chased that. I showed a lot of emotion after that strikeout, looking at PK saying, let's go, because we're 1 out away, there's no one on, so man, we're right there. I put in 4 years, I've traveled all over the country, made all these sacrifices. I'm 1 out away from doing what I set out to do.
Listen to this.
To center! Doggy! The Mallards are the World Series! Black attack! Their second title in franchise history! The Mallards win it all!
I couldn't, I took my hat off and flailing my arms, and once he secured it, once he caught it, man, awesome. You couldn't have written it any better. It was just a great way to finally, after all these 4 years, come out on top.
We did it! We did it, Tommy! We did it!
I'm pounding on Jordan's chest because again, I'm so genuinely proud of him as someone who's played alongside of him for so many years.
I just honestly thought back to that first Zoom call with him about getting him into MLW, seeing him celebrate after a 4-year crazy journey of loss, adversity, and overcoming all of that.
We got it done, man. It's a battle to get here, like I said in game 1, so I knew like whatever happened, if I gave the game away, I wanted it to be because I threw a bad pitch, but thankfully it didn't happen. Jorgie, PK, Tommy picked me up huge. And I was just gonna leave everything I had out here. We finally did it, man. We finally did it.
I mean, like, so many things flashed through my head. All of the flights, all the long nights, the rough outings, the rough endings to season, and then heading back to work that Monday and then asking, what happened? I lost again, you know? Even before being involved in MLW, playing in tournaments in Boston with my beat-up jalopy car that's breaking down the whole ride up to Boston. Sleeping in my car to play in tournaments. All these things that so many people have no idea about. Having the perception of wiffle ball be like, people thinking I'm dumb to be playing it, asking what I'm doing. So to go from that to have a stadium full of fans wearing the Mallards hat, wearing my jersey, supportive of me, like, it meant the world. And this in general means so much to me because I'm fully aware of the platform that we have. This is the #1 wiffle ball league in the world. I'm aware of that when I joined it. So to have won MLW, to have won the biggest league in the world on the biggest stage, have success, it meant everything to me, you know, like, it's just something that when I watch and look back on, never gonna be upset. I'm always gonna vividly remember where I was in the day leading up to this World Series in Los Angeles.
I think Jordan's story can teach a lot to a lot of different people, and I think everyone has a unique story and different things they pursue and how they do it. And I think the biggest thing for Jordan is, you know, #1 is to, you know, trust yourself and trust your plan and stick to what you love. And I think also, you know, on a serious note, I think Jordan had to grow to win this league. When he came in, you know, he was a different person. I think we all were. I think he had probably more talent back then than he does now, but I don't think he had what it took mentally to endure some of the things that this silly game of wiffle ball can throw at you. But again, if you keep that end goal in mind and allow yourself to adapt a little bit and to accept change and to maybe look in the mirror even and say, hey, I think I'm the best in the world, but maybe I do need to get a little bit better at this one thing if I want to perform in this league and win this way. So I would say, you know, don't shy away from a challenge and look yourself in the mirror and figure out what you need to do to be the best version of yourself.
The absolute legacy that Jordan Robles has left in MLW will live on forever in our history, and I'm so thankful for him.
People get ready as a train a-coming. You don't need no baggage, you just get on board. All you need is faith to hear the diesels humming. Don't need no ticket, you just thank the Lord. for the train to Jordan, picking up passengers coast to coast. Faith is the key. Open the doors and board them. There's hope for all among those love the most.
All right, Jordan, how excited are you to finally be in MLW and play today against the Cobras?
It's very surreal. You know, if someone told me a year ago that I'd be playing an MLW here at the Meadows, I would have laughed, but here I am. I'm very thankful and I'm happy to get it going.
Good luck today.
Thank you.
Sick, that was good.
There ain't no room for the hopeless sinner who would hurt all mankind just to save his own. Believe me now, have pity on those whose chances grow thinner, for there's no hiding place against the kingdom's throne. So people get ready, there's a train a-coming. You don't need no baggage, you just get on board. All you need is faith to hear the diesels humming. Don't need no ticket, you just think.